Well, hi everybody, this is Roger in Kansas City, and we're going to go take a look-see at jolly old England and take a look at the Royal Air Force Station, Minworth Hill, near Harrogate, North Yorkshire, England. And a real quick rundown, this is a site, acts as a ground station for a number of satellites operated by the U.S. National Reconnaissance Office on behalf of the U.S. National Security Agency. Around these parts, we call it the NSA. With antenna contained in a large number of highly distinctive white radomes, and is alleged to be an element of the Echelon system. Well, we're here just to see spaceships. So, and just really quick, I haven't done this before, but since this is her part of town, this is going to be dedicated to a loyal subscriber who comments on just about everything I do, the Wraith Woman, and there's her site, and there she is, I think, and she lives down there in Wales, in Great Britain. And so thanks, Wraith Woman, this one's for you. So let's go on and head on off to England, shall we? There's England right there, and we're going to go to Minworth. Wow, look at that. Okay, so there it is, and we're just going to hop right into it. There are some strange things here, other than the strange things that are there, but I think they're up to something, and I think they're hiding something. So let's take a closer look, shall we? So I started looking around, and I'm like, la la la, hey, there's some guys in some cars over there. And so I wondered what they were looking at. And you know what? Let me get my pointer. I hope you can see this pretty good. But, oh, they just went out there to talk to the guy in the spaceship. And, there's something there, there's something there, there's something going on right there, too. Pull it back out just a little bit. But, you know, these areas, they're intentionally like this to hide things from satellite observation, plane observation, that type of thing. Let's go ahead and move on. This is a good one, and I have found these guys at other places. This is the first time I've shown one, but they hide these, and this is the front of a ship. He looks like a big gopher, but he's not a gopher. But do you see him off to the right there? There he is, but that is the front of some vessel right there. And you can see, I don't know if these are carvings or guys just blending in, but there's something going on there. And I'll pull out just a little bit. We're going to take a look at the area right behind it. This is a good shot here. Where's our little guy there? He's down there at the bottom of the camera. So there he is, right there. But if you get the angle just about right, let's go ahead and take a look. Here we go. Do you see them? Because I can't get too close or it blurs out. But you sure can't see it without the camera either. Okay, hold it right there. I will pull back out to get a better picture. You can see there are little ships all throughout here. There's something right here. Let me kind of get it out. So now you can start to get an idea of what we're dealing with here. I think they have a little more than radomes going on at Minworth Air Station. Look at all that. Back in there. And just to make sure people see it, like all the way to the back here. I toyed with this. I'm not sure if this is a really big ship or not, but it looks like a very big ship. And you can see it right there in the center. there's something. And one thing I'm learning is they all have most of these ships have very organic shapes, almost camouflage. And it makes sense, because if they land, you want to blend in. You don't want to be a big shiny chrome disc. Alright. Well, that's a great shot. I was really happy when I found this. Thank you, Minworth Air Station, out there in England. Alright, moving on. Something going on over here, and there's a lot of stuff. I'm just showing you some highlights. What is this? What is this thing? Like parked on the side of the street here, but this is within the base, obviously. And this little tree line here, kind of adjust the camera. Now that's not a public road right there. That looks like a public road to the far right, but it's obscured by all those trees. But there's definitely activity of some sort happening in that tree line. And again, there's that little guy there. I'm going to spin around and take a look at that from the front really quick. You also see right next to it there's something going on. That's a really good picture right there. And again, you can see more in the tree line. These guys are sneaky. The aliens and the Earthlings. Alrighty, let's take a look. Oh, let's go out here to the front of the post. I was looking around and I go, wow, this is a pretty place. You know, they've got all kinds of nice facilities. There's a nice athletic field. Looks like a baseball diamond. Maybe a little soccer field there. Things going on. That looks like a little recreational center. That was nice housing. So I was looking around, taking a closer look, and it looks like a nice setup. Then I started looking more closely, and well, let's take a look here. I was looking here in the parking lot, and I was looking at these things that are not cars in the parking lot. Hang on, I'll do this. Good job, Roger. Okay, if you want to hide something, hide it in plain sight. And boy, are they. I don't know what those are, but here in Kansas City, here's how we say it. Them ain't cars. Alright. Look at that thing. Alright, so that even looks like it has the letter A on the side. And I've looked at those a long time before I made my decision that those aren't cars. And just off to the side here, next to those, there's something else going on. And just kind of parked here in the, you know, this alien guy had the nerve to park right in the sidewalk, middle of the sidewalk. You know, the ADA regulations, that's the Americans with Disabilities Act, would be all over this guy, but I guess he's not in America, even though he's on anyway, you know what I mean. But those don't look like cars either. And that stuff, that may just be some sort of ornamentation going into the building, but that's really a nondescript thing. I can't tell what that is. And just real quick, let's just look at those things from the other side. There we go. But those are not cars. If anybody has any idea, please let me know. Look at that. Yeah, that's the best shot I've had of this one. Look at that. Wow. That's pretty good. Tell your friends about that one. In fact, I just took a picture of it. Okay. So, moving on. I just want to take a little look at the housing before we leave. And I was looking around the housing units here, and it's a nice place. You know, they've got little playgrounds and lots of running around room if you're an alien. And oh look, hey honey, can I borrow the keys to the UFO in the driveway? Okay, well, I don't know what that thing is, but I don't think that's a Subaru. And the thing behind it? Okay, well you saw it here. And right here, I debated on this for a while, but I've looked at it from every angle, and this is the best angle. But it is a three-dimensional object. This is not a optical illusion. That is, I think, looks like a little shuttle thingy. Almost looks like something off of Star Trek. What if I'm on the Star Trek lot? Huh. Anyway, okay, so that's a good one. Alrighty, so there you have it. That was RAF Minworth there in England, and I hope you enjoyed it. And there's a lot to look at there. So thank you for watching. This is Roger in Kansas City, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye-bye.